Is it recording?
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Cinemaholic Productions. We are currently in my stomping grounds of Colorado. In January, we were in Ryan's for the Sundance Film Festival, but here in September, we are in Colorado for the Telluride Film Festival in a remote mountain town, much like The Shining me and Ryan were talking about on the drive up. And we have the schedule of movies like in front of us on this nifty little app for the Telluride Film Festival.
Which was just announced today, so it's kind of a big deal. We had no idea. That's the cool thing about Telluride is you don't know, you just buy tickets off of faith based off of like previous years. So we had no idea what we were getting in, which is one thing that I'll even start by saying was we were both expecting Mother to be playing here, and it was a big shock to us that that wasn't here, as well as Suburbicon. That was one we thought could be here, but we've got the list of what we're doing. I'm sorry if I was like looking during that video. I felt like I was just blankly staring, but we're gonna go day by day. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday are the days we'll be here, and we'll talk about the movies we're gonna be seeing so you can know which reviews to keep an eye out for. Do you want to start with Friday?
Yeah, we'll start with Friday. So the first thing is Great Expectations, which from what we've gathered, it's not the Charles Dickens novel adapted into a feature film, which would be cool, but it's not. It's actually, it sounds like it's a Q&A with Barry Jenkins, who of course directed last year's Best Picture winner Moonlight. Then we have Lady Bird, and to close things up we have Downsizing. So what are your thoughts on that day?
Lady Bird was one that I just kind of heard about today. I had no prior knowledge of. It's directed by Greta Gerwig, and I'm excited for it just because it's an A24 distributed piece. And so we were talking about that earlier. Automatically, I'm excited for it because A24 has never given me something to be disappointed in. And then you know more about Downsizing than I do. I just know Matt Damon's in it.
Yeah, Downsizing is the new Alexander Payne movie, and he of course did Nebraska, The Descendants, which is probably my favorite movie he's done so far, and they also did Sideways, which is another movie that actually that's my favorite he's done, and then About Schmidt. And this is a new, sounds kind of Charlie Kaufman-esque. It's a kind of sci-fi type movie, and I'm really curious to see how it winds up. It premiered at the Venice Film Festival to some pretty great
earlier
reviews
this week. So.
Yeah, just earlier this week. So
that'll be a good review to definitely check out because no one else really has reviews up for it. And that'll end Friday. Friday is a shorter day, but then Saturday and Sunday we've got 5 films each day. So going through Saturday, we're starting with A Fantastic Woman, and then Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool. Then First They Killed My Father, followed by First Reformed, and then concluding with Darkest Hour. Are there any of those that stand out to you or that you distinctly are looking forward to?
I'm pretty pumped up for Darkest Hour. It's the new Joe Wright movie. Big fan of Atonement, huge fan of Atonement. I think he always brings something pretty interesting to the table. So that's probably the one on Saturday I'm most looking forward to.
I think same. I hadn't heard of the first or the second one's A Fantastic Woman or Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool. Though just reading about Film Stars Don't Die in Liverpool, I'm kind of excited for, but I think the biggest one, Darkest Tower, was at Sundance and I heard great things about it. First They Killed My Father is kind of the bigger one that I'm looking forward to. I really like it's directed by Angelina Jolie. Her first one, it was a really good film, Unbroken. And then I still can't remember her second one, and I never saw it. Nothing really drew me to it, and I don't think it was as critically acclaimed as her first one.
Which Unbroken was mixed as it was. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, her second movie, I can't remember what it was called either, but didn't really like it at all.
But then this one you said there was some controversy going into it, so we'll see. This one's interesting to say the least.
Right. So Sunday, we start off with a tribute to Christian Bale, which is followed by the new Scott Cooper, director of Crazy Heart and Out of the Furnace film, which is called Hostiles. I don't know too much about this one, but I'm a huge fan of Crazy Heart. Loved Crazy Heart. Out of the Furnace, pretty good. Do you see either of them?
I didn't see either of them.
check out Crazy Heart. But then The Rider is the second movie. Lean on Pete, Loving Vincent, and to wrap things up, we have Battle of the Sexes. You pumped for any of those?
Honestly, the first and the last one, I know nothing about The Rider, Lean on Pete, and Loving Vincent, but Battle of the Sexes, I'll admit, the first time I was like, okay, maybe we're getting Emma Stone Oscar Part 2, but the more I watched that trailer, I just kind of was underwhelmed, and it seemed like one of those that would shoot for Oscars and then come out in September and kind of be underwhelming. But I've been hearing some good buzz, and I think it's doing a lot of festival circuits, so I think it's at least got something to it.
Right.
What about you?
Yeah, I'd say that I'm pumped for the Scott Cooper one, Hostiles. Also pumped for Battle of the Sexes, primarily because it's the guy who directed Little Miss Sunshine, which is a movie that I just adore. So now Monday.
Monday. Okay, sorry, I was trying to get it pulled up, but we're starting similar to Sunday. What did we just talk about? Sunday. We have the tribute to Christian Bale at the beginning. He's winning an award. I don't remember what the award's called, but we're starting Monday with a tribute to Ed Lachman. He's a acclaimed cinematographer. I looked through his work, and the one that stood out to me that I distinctly remember cinematography was Carol. That was one that he was nominated for an Oscar for. But it's going to be a tribute to him, followed up by the new film that he worked on, Wonderstruck. I don't know too much about that, but I've heard some buzz.
Yeah, and it's the director of Carol as well.
Oh, it is? Oh, yeah. Todd
Haynes.
Todd Haynes. I was going to say Danes, but that one I'm excited for. Looks good. And then the finale, the one that we were praying we would get to see when we heard that it was here, The Shape of Water, directed by Guillermo del Toro, which will be followed up by a Q&A by Guillermo del Toro. So why are you excited for that?
Primarily just because Guillermo del Toro is one of my favorite modern directors. I think he's an absolute visionary. Pan's Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies of all time. Also loved Crimson Peak. He's somebody who really, even if his movie isn't incredible, he knows how to make something aesthetically pleasing, and unlike anything you really get to see any filmmaker doing nowadays. So he's somebody whose work has always really excited me, and been hearing buzz about this one that it's really solid. So
definitely,
I know you're pumped for it too.
Yeah, I'm stoked for it. I saw the trailer. Me and Steven did a reaction on Stardust to the trailer. That was my first reaction ever on Stardust, and I was excited for it. And I think overall, Guillermo del Toro is a guy in an age where movies are getting very formulaic and generic and kind of blend together. He's still one that is distinct and stylistic that you can point to and be like, oh, Guillermo del Toro did that kind of thing. And I think he produced The Book of Life. Did you ever see that one? It was an animated. I actually really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, that was a solid movie.
Everything that he has ever really been a part of, I've enjoyed. So I think this one, and the Oscar buzz is incredible on this one. So overall, I think that is the perfect way to end Telluride. And that's kind of, I mean, we know some stuff about some stuff. We don't know some stuff about some other movies. So I'm excited. We are going to be posting all of our videos, immediate reactions on Stardust, and then we'll be doing videos a little bit later as soon as we can get them up on the YouTube. So make sure to subscribe and to follow us, because we're going to be showing our whole trip on all of our social media. Follow me on Stardust, Twitter, and Letterboxd at Rye_Gordon.
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Stardust, and Letterboxd as well, at Spinny Hind. And thank you all very much for watching, and until tomorrow, bye!